Here now to give us the hard and harsh truth about our struggling economy under the Biden regime, chief economist and global strategist, also the founder of Schiff Gold, our pal, Peter Schiff, back on the program. Peter, you have some inside scoop on those interest rates. It sounds like they might be dropping after the new year now. The Fed might bring them down, but tell us what's behind all this.
Well, first of all, let me answer your question about how Americans are affording these higher prices.
Yeah.
And it's two ways. First, you mentioned a few million jobs that have actually been created during the Biden presidency. Well, those jobs went predominantly to people who already had jobs.
Right.
They're paying part-time jobs.
Thank you.
Moonlighting is at a record high in America. So people are paying these higher prices by taking on second and third jobs and giving up their leisure. The other way they're doing it is by borrowing more money. Even though rates have gone up, credit card debt is at an all-time record high. And and now look at auto delinquencies are surging. People can't even afford to make their car payments. The economy is a disaster. That's why today Powell basically surrendered in the war on inflation. The economy is so weak, he knows he can't raise rates anymore. He needs to prop it up by creating more inflation.
Wow. So he didn't raise rates because it's in such dire straits, but he didn't reduce them. But you think after the beginning of the year he will reduce rates a little?
He said, and in fact, in response to a direct question as to whether Powell would wait for inflation to get down to 2% to cut, he said, no, we got to start cutting rates way before we get to 2%. And in fact, he said that even in 2026, he expects inflation to be 3%, which is still 50% higher than 2%. But the reason he said he wanted to start cutting in advance is he didn't want to overshoot, meaning he didn't want inflation to go below 2%. Why not? I mean, Americans could use some relief.
Yeah, we could. I mean, when you look at the numbers like we just laid out, you see how this regime lies to people. We created 14 million jobs. No, there's like 3. And Peter just told you, and you know it, folks. It's because you had to get a second or third job to pay the damn bills. I mean, you've said it before. Highest credit card debt. And I believe you told us last time you were on a month or so ago, lowest amount of savings in American families' bank accounts in history, right?
The savings are gone. They went for rent. They went for food. They went for insurance and other costs that keep on going up. It's a myth. It's being perpetuated by the government, and the news regurgitates it like propaganda, trying to dumb us down and brainwash everybody into thinking that a weak economy is actually strong.
It's so evil to lie to the American people, and then the media complicit, like I just showed that clip of Fox. They know these numbers. They see what you see, Peter. How do financial experts and pundits that go on these big major networks with a straight face sit there and lie? Do they get a kickback? Is somebody paying them? Like, how do they go and lie about the economy when you come on and tell the truth?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm telling the truth on your program.
Right, because the mainstream wouldn't let you tell the truth.
Are part of the establishment. They have a vested interest in perpetuating the lie. And so that's what they do. And they have a very cozy relationship. These major networks get all these guests coming on from the administration. And so in order to get the guests, they have to, give them these softball questions. Got to toe the line. That's what Powell is doing. Powell lied today when he said that he does things that are in the best interest of the economy, and not politicians. Everything he's doing is political. The economy takes a back seat to reelecting the incumbent party, which is the Democrats, which is Biden. And so everything Powell is doing, the goal is to reelect Biden. Hopefully the public won't allow him to achieve that goal. I mean, looking at the polls, it looks like he's going to be a one-termer.
Yeah, well, if you go back, and I say it, and I know I'm a broken record, but I keep saying it, good old Ragin' Cajun, I hate his guts, but James Carville, who got Bill Clinton elected, said it in the 90s. You know what he said. It's the economy, stupid. And at the end of the day, you start screwing with Americans' pocketbooks, and you're the president, your ass is gone. And I hope that the American people now, after 3 years of this regime, stripping their savings, maxing out their credit cards, paying $3,300 on average for their mortgage or rent, see that Bidenomics is not working, and they put a different man in come 24. And you know who I want. Peter Schiff, I know what your advice is going to be. Buy gold. Save.
Up $45 today, back above 2000, I think 2025-ish. But yeah, I think gold is cheap. And talk about, putting lipstick on a pig. That's what they've done here with this whole idea of Bidenomics. But the public isn't buying what they're selling, and they should be buying gold. Especially now that the Fed has surrendered. Everybody is pretending that the Fed just won the fight against inflation. If you thought inflation was bad now, wait till you see how much worse it's about to get.
Okay.
Now the Fed claimed victory.
No more bad news. It's almost Christmas. No more bad news, Peter. Thank you, though, for being honest. Truly, I appreciate it. Peter Schiff, Chief Economist, Global Strategist, founder of Schiff Gold. As always, we appreciate you keeping it real. Take care. If I don't see you, Merry Christmas.
Anytime, and Merry Christmas to you, too.
Yep.